Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Excited to be here.
Today, we're going to be looking at AI resume builders.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, this is something that's becoming more and more common, obviously, as AI kind of takes over more and more of our lives.
Yeah.
We wanted to take a look at it and kind of see what the landscape looks like.
Okay.
So the jumping off point for this is an article that we found from Unite.ai
Okay.
called 10 Best AI Resume Builders and CV Makers.
Sounds good.
And this is from January 2025, so pretty
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah, cutting edge.
Yeah. So I guess, the big question here is like, for people who are listening, who are either, actively looking for a job,
Right.
or even if they're not, maybe just curious about, how AI is changing how we work,
Yeah.
or if they're just kind of fascinated by AI in general.
Yeah.
Can a robot really help me land my dream job?
Oh, that's a big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, it's not an easy answer. It's not a yes or no.
Hmm.
But I think what's really interesting about these tools is they're not just like, making your resume look pretty.
Okay.
It's understanding how AI is being used in the hiring process and leveraging that to your advantage.
Okay, so less about aesthetics, more about strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot of companies are now using something called an applicant tracking system,
Okay.
or ATS for short.
Yes, ATS got it.
And these are essentially, algorithms that are scanning resumes for specific keywords and qualifications.
Okay.
And if your resume doesn't have those keywords, it might not even get seen by a human.
So it's almost like you have to get past the robot bouncer before you even get into the club.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
Okay.
So that's where these AI resume builders come in.
Okay.
They can help you, optimize your resume for those ATS systems.
Okay, so they speak robot.
Exactly. Speak robot.
Got it.
But they also, some of them go beyond that, and they'll help you tailor your resume for specific jobs and companies.
Mm-hmm. And give you insights into what recruiters are looking for.
Wow. So it's not just about getting past the robots. It's also understanding what the humans on the other side are actually looking for as well.
That's exactly right.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
And so, the article highlights 10 of these AI resume builders.
Okay, well, it tends a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Where do we even begin?
So I think a good way to kind of break them down is to group them based on what they do best.
Okay, sounds good.
So first we have what I would call the all-rounders.
The all-rounders.
These are the tools that offer a kind of comprehensive suite of features for the entire job search process.
So it does it all.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got it.
So resume building, cover letter building, online portfolio creation.
Wow.
Some of them even have job tracking features.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So these are like your one-stop shop for everything.
Okay, great.
And the three that we're going to talk about in that category are Visual CV,
Okay.
Teal,
Okay.
and resume.io.
Okay, so let's start with Visual CV.
Okay.
What is that?
So what's great about Visual CV is that it has global reach.
Okay.
So it supports 9 languages, and it caters to job seekers in over 100 countries.
Wow.
So if you're thinking about an international career,
Yeah,
this tool could be a real game changer.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Teal.
Teal. Okay.
Teal is all about efficiency.
Okay.
So one of the standout features is something called the job tracker.
Okay.
And that basically helps you manage all your applications,
Okay.
stay organized, track your progress.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Because, I've done a lot of job hunting in my life.
Yeah.
And, keeping track of everything is a nightmare.
It is.
Yeah, that's a great feature.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Visual CV for kind of the global folks.
Yes.
We've got Teal for the super organized folks.
Yeah.
What about resume.io?
So resume.io gets points for its practicality.
Okay.
It offers a lot of different download formats. So, if a company wants a PDF or a docx or even a TXT file, you're covered.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I've run into that before where it's like, oh, we only accept this specific type of file.
Exactly.
And you're like, ugh, I have to convert it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good.
So yeah, those are kind of your all-rounders.
So those are our all-rounders. They
Yeah.
do it all.
Yeah.
They can support you throughout the entire process.
Exactly.
Okay, what other types of AI resume builders are there?
So next up, we have what I call the ATS superstars.
Okay.
So as the name suggests, these are the tools that are really focused on getting your resume past those applicant tracking systems.
Okay, so they know how to speak robot.
Yes, they do.
Got it.
So the two that come to mind are JobScan
Okay.
and Resume Up.
Okay.
So JobScan is interesting because it incorporates insights from human recruiters.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of combining the power of AI with the wisdom of experience.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about Resume Up?
So Resume Up is very popular with professionals at big companies like Google and Microsoft.
Oh, okay. So if Google and Microsoft are using it, that's probably a good sign.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So we've got the ones that can do everything.
Yep.
And then we've got the ones that are really focused on getting past those robot gatekeepers.
Right.
What else is out there?
So now we're moving into some really interesting territory, which is AI-powered content generation.
Wait, hold on. You mean the AI can like actually write my resume for me?
Well, it's not quite that simple,
Okay.
but tools like Jasper and Kick Resume can definitely help you craft compelling content
Okay.
that really showcases your skills and experience.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
Yeah.
So let's start with Jasper. What is that?
So Jasper is actually really versatile.
Okay.
It's not just for resumes.
Okay.
You can use it for all sorts of writing tasks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if you're, a freelancer or an entrepreneur or just somebody who wears a lot of hats,
Right.
Jasper could be a really useful tool.
Like a personal writing assistant.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
And then we have Kick Resume.
Quickly. Okay.
So Kick Resume is all about choice.
Okay.
It offers a library of over 50 templates.
Wow. Okay.
So you can find one that really fits your style and your industry.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered those two.
Yep.
Are there any other AI resume builders that we need to know about?
Yes. So there are a few more.
Okay.
These are kind of what I call the supporting cast.
Supporting cast. Okay.
They may not be the stars of the show,
Okay.
but they definitely bring valuable features to the table.
Okay, who are we talking about here?
So we have Resume Genius,
Okay.
ResuMaker,
Okay. Car.
Skill Roads,
Okay.
and Resume Nerd.
Resume nerd. Okay.
So each one of these offers a slightly different mix of features.
Okay.
So for example, Resume Genius and ResuMaker
Okay.
both offer professional review services.
Oh, wow.
So if you want like a human to look over your resume
Okay.
and give you feedback, you can get that with those tools.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about Skill Roads?
So Skill Roads is interesting because they combine AI-powered resume building
Okay.
with the option to add on human writing services.
Oh, so you can choose your level of support.
Exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Resume Nerd.
So ResumeNerd has a really cool feature that matches your resume to job listings at top companies.
Oh, wow. So it's like a matchmaking service.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've met all the players now.
We have.
I'm really curious to kind of hear your expert take on all this.
Yeah. Happy to share my thoughts.
Like, what does all this mean? We've got all these AI resume builders.
Right.
Like, what does this mean for job seekers?
Yeah. Good question. It's interesting to see this kind of convergence of, AI and human expertise
Yeah.
in this whole job search process, because these tools, they're not designed to replace human interaction entirely.
Yeah. I was going to say that's a good thing because I was like, oh, man, her resume is just going to be read by robots from now on.
Right. Yeah. It's not about replacing that human connection.
Right.
It's about enhancing it.
Okay.
So it's like, think of these tools as helping you present your best self
Yeah.
in a way that resonates with both AI and human recruiters.
Okay. So it's like using AI to kind of play the game smarter,
Right.
but not to eliminate the human element altogether.
Exactly. Yeah. It's understanding the rules of the game,
Yeah.
which have definitely changed, with the rise of ATS.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's still, your skills, your experience, your personality
Right.
that are going to land you the job.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like, if you're using a GPS to navigate a new scene,
Yeah.
like it gets you there faster,
Right.
but you still get to experience the journey and like make choices along the way.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that analogy.
Okay, so, we're talking about all these tools and these different features.
Yeah.
What does this mean for like, our listener out there?
Right.
Like, how can they actually like leverage these tools effectively? And what are some things to keep in mind?
Yeah, that's a great question. So let's get practical.
Okay.
So first and foremost, don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay.
Try out different tools. See what features resonate with you.
Yeah.
Find what works best for your, individual needs and goals.
So kind of like dating apps for resumes.
Yeah.
You got to swipe right on a few until you find your perfect match.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about finding the tool that complements your style
Right.
and helps you put your best foot forward.
Okay.
Now, here's a really important point, though. Don't rely on AI alone.
Okay.
These tools are incredibly helpful,
Yeah.
but they shouldn't replace careful proofreading
Right.
and critical thinking.
So don't just like blindly trust what the AI spits out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You always want to review the content carefully.
Right.
Make sure it accurately reflects your experience and your personality. And don't be afraid to add your own personal touch.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
should still sound like you.
Right. It should be a reflection of you, not just like some generic AI-generated
Yeah,
document.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so that's a good point. Like, what are some of the maybe like downsides or limitations of relying on AI
Yeah, that's a good question too.
for something as personal as a resume?
So one potential pitfall is that, you could end up with a resume that sounds very generic
Okay.
if everybody's using the same AI tools
Right.
and relying on the same algorithms.
Yeah.
There's a risk of homogenization.
So you could end up sounding like a robot yourself, even though you're using AI to help you write your resume.
Yeah, a little bit ironic, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that's why it's so important to use these tools as a starting point,
Yeah.
not an end point.
Right.
Don't be afraid to break the mold.
Yeah.
Inject your own voice.
Right.
Showcase what makes you unique.
Okay.
And, another thing to keep in mind is that AI is still evolving. These tools are getting better all the time,
Right.
but they're not perfect.
Yeah.
So it's important to use them with a healthy dose of skepticism and critical thinking.
So it's like with any new technology, embrace the possibilities,
Yeah,
but don't lose sight of your own judgment and intuition.
exactly.
Okay, so taking a step back from the individual tools here,
Yeah.
what does the rise of AI resume builders tell us about the future of work in general?
I think it suggests that, the skills we need to succeed
Yeah.
in the future are changing
Yep.
as AI takes on more and more of these routine tasks.
Yeah.
Like formatting resumes and, optimizing for keywords.
Right.
Human skills like, creativity, critical thinking,
Yeah.
emotional intelligence.
Right.
These are going to become even more valuable.
So it's not just about what you know, it's how you think
Exactly.
and how you connect with others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these are the skills that AI can't replicate, at least not yet.
Right.
So, as you're navigating the world of work, focus on developing these human-centric skills alongside, your technical abilities.
So it's not about competing with AI, it's about complementing it.
Right.
It's finding that balance,
Yeah.
that synergy between like human ingenuity and technological innovation.
Exactly. Yeah, well said.
Okay, so are there any other like key takeaways
Yeah.
that we should highlight before we wrap up?
I think one of the biggest takeaways here is that AI is a tool,
Yeah.
not a magic bullet.
Right.
It can absolutely help you level up your job search,
Yeah.
but it's not going to do all the work for you.
Right. So it's not about replacing your skills and experience,
Right.
but it's kind of amplifying them.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal trainer for your resume.
Yeah.
Like, they can give you the structure and the guidance
Right.
and the push you need,
Yeah.
but you still got to put in the work.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And I think, another key takeaway is that the AI landscape is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
Like new tools and features are popping up all the time.
All the time.
So it sounds like, we need to stay curious.
Yeah.
Keep experimenting with different options.
Right.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution.
No.
It's about finding the AI resume builder that fits your needs,
Right.
your goals,
Yeah.
your personality even.
Exactly.
And I think, even more importantly, as AI evolves and takes on more of those routine tasks,
Yeah.
in the job search process, it really highlights the importance of those uniquely human skills
Right.
that AI can't replicate.
Exactly.
Things like creativity,
Yeah.
emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
critical thinking, the ability to connect with others on a human level.
Absolutely.
It's interesting. We often talk about the fear of like robots taking over our jobs.
Right.
But what I'm hearing from you is that maybe the real opportunity
Yeah.
is in figuring out how to work with AI
Right.
to leverage its strengths
Yes.
while still showcasing our own human strengths.
Absolutely.
Like we can embrace these new tools,
Yeah.
but we should also continue to develop
Yeah.
those essential skills
Exactly.
that make us, valuable, adaptable, resilient
Yeah.
in a world that's changing faster than ever.
Yeah. That's such a crucial point.
Yeah.
It's not about becoming robots ourselves,
Right.
but about finding that balance, that synergy between human ingenuity
Yeah.
and technological innovation.
Well said.
Yeah, and it's not about becoming robots ourselves.
Well,
It's about finding that balance, that synergy between human ingenuity and technological innovation.
well said. So this has been a really fascinating look, I think, at the world of AI resume builders.
It has.
For our listeners out there who are maybe, feeling inspired to kind of explore some of these tools,
Yeah.
but maybe also a little bit nervous, like, oh man, what does this mean for my my future career.
Right.
Any final words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
As AI gets better and better at writing resumes,
Yeah. Yeah.
it really begs the question, what does that mean for the skills we need to succeed in the future?
Yeah.
Maybe the most valuable skills will be the ones that AI can't replicate yet.
That's a powerful thought to leave us with. It's not about becoming robots ourselves,
Right.
but it's about honing those uniquely human qualities
Yes.
that make us indispensable,
Absolutely.
in a world that's increasingly driven by technology. So to our listeners out there, we encourage you to explore these AI resume builders.
Yeah.
See how they can help you in your career journey.
Absolutely.
But most importantly, never stop cultivating those essential human skills that will set you apart in the years to come. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing,
Yes.
and keep reaching for your dreams.